Out of all this is the most serious NBA topic. As I'm recording this, there is just speculation and an investigation going on against Malik Beasley and his involvement with gambling on games that he is a part of and gambling on games in general as an NBA player. And what the reports are saying and what the investigation is saying that I think his time when he was with the Milwaukee Bucks or stemming from the 2023-2024 season, he essentially gambled on games. Just like Jonte Porter and just like Calvin Ridley for football, this is the most important thing on the NBA's mind right now. Forget free agency. Forget LeBron. This is the most important thing on the NBA's mind right now. And it all is about image. The reason why Calvin Ridley was suspended for an entire year, the reason why Jonte Porter is essentially banned for life for the NBA is because of image. That's the most fragile thing when we talk about companies, when we talk about these sports organizations. Your image is everything. And if you have an image of cheating and insider betting, then no one is going to take your brand seriously or as seriously as you want it to. In fact, your brand is always going to be tarnished. Because even to this day, the Calvin Ridley thing happened, 2-3 years ago? Maybe, about 3 years ago. They still talk about it to this day. What's his name? Tim Donaghy, the ref that was caught cheating. That whole scandal. They still talk about it to this day. And that happened back in the 90s/2000s, early 2000s. He is innocent until proven guilty. And again, just because there's an investigation doesn't necessarily mean that he's done it. But if he did it, for the life of me, I will never understand how or why this happens. Especially somebody on the same level as Malik Beasley, who just was second in the lead in three-point shooting last year, who was well on his way to getting $40 to $50 million from probably the Pistons. You risk millions upon millions, tens of millions of dollars for essentially $1,000 bets. That's not ass backwards to y'all. Again, I'm not going to say that he is necessarily guilty because there's still an investigation. But this couldn't come at a worse time because he is a free agent now, and it's saying that they are stopping free agent talks with him because until this gets settled, until this gets situated. If this comes back as you did it, you sacrifice millions upon millions for thousands of dollars. it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I think I could be wrong, but I think a report came out saying that Terry Rozier, who was essentially under investigation for the same thing, I think it came back. I could be wrong, but I think it came back and said that he was like there was no evidence or whatever. But that doesn't negate the fact of we just like we people brought up one clip of Terry Rozier just having horrendous play after horrendous play. Like, yep, that man's been. They've been doing that with Malik Beasley on social media since this came out. And I'm telling you, the NBA cares about this more than anything. It goes back to the whole Calvin Ridley, and people were wondering why would they crack down on him more for gambling than they would someone for domestic violence? And I said it point blank. Domestic violence ain't got nothing to do with the league. It has everything to do with the player. This has to do with the league because you're tarnishing the league's name. Because now it's going to get in people's mind, well, if Malik Beasley did it, how many other players, or Jonte Porter did it, how many other players are doing this? Which then brings on a bigger question. And I said this before, man. Once the league is partnering up with sports betting, ESPN Bet, FanDuel, DraftKings, once you're partnering up with that, you're opening Pandora's box. Because just like me and anybody else that watch these sports, that wants to make money off these sports, you think these players are clearly, you can look at someone and say, or let's say Jonte Porter, someone that was making millions, and say, well, I can still have these millions, but those thousands over there. And again, I'm not saying Malik is still an investigation. I'm not going to say he did it, but boy, if he did do it, again, this is a terrible look for him. This is a terrible look for the league, but this could very well be the tip of the iceberg. Bro, this is the second player in 3 years. Third player. I think this is the third player in 3 years that has been under investigation for sports gambling. The fourth, if you want to count Calvin Ridley. And there was another dude. So the fifth player in football, I don't remember his name, but a fifth player. Like, once you get in bed with these, like, come on, bro. This is huge. This is huge, but this is the tip of the iceberg, bro. That's all I'm saying. You don't think it's a coincidence that ever since the NFL started getting beer promotions that the beer sales have went up? Like, it's come on. Again, man, I don't know. Innocent until proven guilty, and it's just an investigation. But yeah, it's crazy. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.